5 times 3
I can't
equals
get to it.
15. It's really important to remember that in division, you are finding what two numbers multiplied together equal the largest number.
I see it now.
The two smaller numbers in this division problem multiplied together gives us the largest number, which is 15. This is amazing stuff, and now it is time to go play some tag. This time I am going to be ready now that I understand a little bit more of division and multiplication. See you next time. Goodbye. Okay, guys, you have a few options here.
Okay, so we're not going to do the options, but I liked that because it really kind of showed how they are so alike. I think inverse is great. One undoes the other, but they have the same numbers in them. They're just mixed up a little bit, right? You can use multiplication once you get to know it really well to help you with your division, and vice versa. So today we're going to do some problem solving. That was part of our success criteria. I just want to remind you, I told you we'd be doing this almost every day. We're going to read the problem carefully, visualize, think about what's going on, right? We're going to retell it, say it in our own words, use those clues to determine the relationships, like are we adding, are we subtracting, are we multiplying? Now we could be dividing. We're going to draw a picture. You see arrays that's modeling the relationship. Find the unknown, the answer, and reflect. So here we go. Boys, can I have voices off real quick? Okay, so here's what I'd like to do. We are going to just do two problems, and we're going to use our strategies to solve these, which would be drawing a picture, modeling it in some way. So now get your math workbook. It is page 23. So you should have your math workbook at home and a pencil. Page 23. So we said how we would be solving division problems with an unknown factor. This one's going to give you all the information you need except the number of groups. We'll see how multiplication can help us with this. Mark bought some bags of limes. There were 5 limes in each bag. Okay, now I can't see. There we go. He bought 15 limes altogether. How many bags did he buy? Okay, so I'm missing one. If I'm thinking about it as multiplication, I'm missing the number of groups. How many? I can't even draw my bags because I don't know how many there are. So here's what's happening, right? We know that he has 15 limes. Now this is going to work. Oops. All right. Give me a second. My Smart Ink went off, so now we're back. Okay. So we know he has 15 limes. That's your total. We know that there's 5 in each, but we're missing this, the number of groups. So we have to figure out what times 5 equals 15. That's the same thing as saying 15 divided by 5 equals what? So let's try to figure it out. We don't know. So you can do this in your book as well. So what times 5 equals 15? That's the multiplication part, right? Watch how you would do the division. 15 divided by 5 equals what? What do we know? We don't know. What could we do to figure this out? Any ideas? What do you think, Lyric? Wow. We could. You mean count by 5s? Okay, let's see how many 5s are in 15. So let's do an equal shares drawing and do her strategy also. So we have 15. Put 15 at the top. Let's try it. Now let's break up and count by 5s like Lyric said. 5, 10, and one more is 15. How many 5s do you see? Show me on your fingers. You should have gotten 3. So we know 3 times 5 is 15. Therefore, 15 divided by 5 is 3. They are the inverse operation. All we had to do is count by 5s, right? That's what we're doing in multiplication. Let's look at this next one. There were 10 photographs on one wall of an art gallery. The photographs were in rows with 5 photographs in each row. How many rows were there? Again, we know the total. We know the number in each row, but we don't know the number of rows. That's our missing factor. So what times 5 equals 10? Or 10 divided by 5 equals what? So here's what we're trying to figure out. What times 5 equals 10? Or 10 divided by 5 equals what? I like the equal shares drawing. Let's try another equal shares for division. It seems to work really well. So put your, and we did these a couple days ago, equal shares drawing, remember? It's just another strategy. Put your 10 at the top, and then we can divide it up into 5. So there's 1 5, counting by 5s. This is Lyric's strategy. She said, let's count by 5s. 5, 10. How many 5s did you get?
Can you tell the friends at home to show me with their fingers how many 5s they got?
How many 5s did you get? Show me on your fingers. I see Jensen's got it figured out.
Reese and Clara.
Reese. Clara, good job. So 2, if we knew 2 times 5 is 10, if you know that, you can use that. Then you can say, well, 10 divided by 5 is also 2. We're using the same numbers, but it's the inverse, the opposite. I kind of look at this as 10 divided by 5. How many 5s are in 10? 5, 10. How many? 2. So that's kind of how I think about it. Here's some vocabulary for you. So get your voices ready. The number you divide into is called the dividend. Okay, so that's the big number. So on this problem, 15 is the dividend. On this problem, what's the big number? 10 is the dividend. We're going to say that in a very deep voice. Ready? Dividend. Do it again. Dividend. We're going to say it deep because it's the big number. Dividend. All right, next. Some new vocabulary also is divisor. The number you divide by is called the divisor. So in this case, we were dividing by what? Both times. 5. That is your divisor. So let's just say that in a, well, so it's dividing into, what kind of voice should that be, Mrs. Harrison? Maybe a little aggressive because it wants to say.
I was gonna say, I think it's like those, those cookie eaters kind of thing.
Keep
So,
coming for
no.
more. Yeah, they want some. So, divisor. Divisor. We've got the big number, dividend, and then we've got divisor. And then finally, the answer to a division problem, which in this case was 3, in this case was 2, it's a small number, right? So because it's kind of small and you know the answer and it's calm, we're going to say quotient in a kind of sweet, calm voice. Quotient. Ready? Quotient. Quotient. Let's try it again. Divisor. Oh no. Dividend. Dividend. Divisor. Okay, so that is some big vocabulary for today. You guys did a great job. We're going to move on. Turn to your next page. That was page 24. Right? Turn to the next page, should be 25. Sorry about that. So we just did equal shares drawings, right? We're going to try one more. Oops, let's go back. Let's try one more. At a bake sale, Louisa bought a lemon square for 35 cents. if she paid using only nickels, girls, come on, only nickels, how many nickels did she use? So we're on the next page. There you go. The bottom, number 3. We're on page 24. Can I see, Finn, your workbook? Page 24. I want you to now draw an equal shares drawing with 35 at the top. See if you can solve this problem. I'll get you started, but 35 is the total. How much is a nickel worth? Microphone answer. 5 cents. So you've got your divisor. You've got your dividend, your divisor. See if you can find the quotient, and I'll get you started. All right, let's start. 35 cents is your total. Put it at the top. Now, we know she's paying with nickels. That's 5 cents. She's at this bake sale. I'm visualizing it. She bought a lemon square. That sounds so delicious. Let me see your work. Start your equal shares drawing. You're counting by 5s until you get to what? 35. Here's your first one. 5. 10. You finish. And then finish this equation. 35 divided by 5 equals. Go for it. Kids at home, show me when you have the answer. Show me your work once it's done. Let's see what you got. Can I see it? I got you started, Finn. Where's your pencil? Okay, start writing. Got you started. You see the board? Honey, look up at the board. It's right there for you. Okay, let's keep going. Looking good. Oh my gosh, Maddie's got it figured out. I do want to see the. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm glad you're getting accidentally showing equal shares drawing. And show me I didn't give you the answer. You gotta keep counting till you get to 35. That's only 2, 5, 10. Okay, let's keep counting together. I see some of you are not sure. So I was trying to get you started. We're counting by 5s. 5, 10. Do another one. 15, 20. Up, no, 25. 30 and 35. How many 5s was that? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What is your answer? 7. You should have gotten 7 nickels. That's what our unit is. Now let's reflect and make sure it makes sense. At a bake sale, Louisa bought a lemon square for 35 cents. She paid using only nickels. How many nickels did she use? She used 7 nickels. That makes sense because 7 times 5 is what? 7 groups of 5. If I multiply, what's 7 groups of 5? Put up 7 fingers. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So if we know 7 times 5 equals 35, then 35 divided by 5 must equal 7 because they're related. Nice job. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to look at a puzzle penguin together. Then I'm going to have you do some work on your own. And maybe you make social distance and maybe have a little conversation if you need to. with the person next to you. So here's what we're gonna do. Let's do the puzzle penguin together. Then I'm gonna see if you can do these on your own. Today I found the unknown number in this division equation by using a related multiplication because we know they're inverse operations. Is my calculation correct? 40 divided by 5 equals blank. So this is what Puzzle Penguin is doing. He's trying to figure out how to use multiplication to help him with his division. So he says, well, 9 times 5 equals 40. So he's probably thinking then 40 divided by 5 equals 9. Let's see if he's right. If not, please correct my work and tell me what I did wrong. How do you know my answer is wrong? Your friend Puzzle Penguin. First of all, thumbs up if he's right. That 9 times 5 is 40. Thumbs down if he's wrong. If you are not sure, here's what I want you to do. Put up 9 fingers. Count by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Stand up if you thought he was wrong. Stay standing if you can explain why he's wrong in words. It's a little tough, isn't it? All right, Sonny. Why is he wrong?
He's wrong because he just went on and said 9 times 5 equals 40, but he didn't count it right. It's actually 45.
So if he was going to say 40 divided by 5 is 9, would he be right or wrong? So what should it be?
It should be 40 divided. It should be 40 divided by 5 equals 45.
Well, how many 5s are in 40? Think of it like that. Finn, can you just give me whole body listening? Let's all count by 5s until we get to 40. We want to see how many 5s are in 40. Ready? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. How many fingers do you see? So how many 5s are in 40? Because we know 8 times 5 is 40. Now we got to make sure it's reasonable, your answer, right? If your number is bigger than your divisor, it's going to be wrong. It's not reasonable. If I said 40 divided by 5 is 60, would that make sense?
No.
No, because think of the book we read earlier, right? And we used our manipulatives. We had 40. If we had 40 cookies and we divided them by 5 people, and I said everybody got 60, that'd be kind of silly, wouldn't it? There's no way, because there's only 40. You got to think about what you're doing here, right? Make sure it makes sense. So Puzzle Penguin, no, you are wrong. I don't think Puzzle Penguin has ever been correct. No, you are wrong. So you guys can write this in your own words. I'm just going to do an example. Think about your capitals and your punctuation. Just because we're in math doesn't mean we don't think about our skills for writing, right? We still want to be able to read it. No, you are wrong. And I like what you said, Sunny. You said you counted wrong. So I'm going to say that. You counted wrong. Nine times 5, and you said equals, you remember, everybody? The more we say it, the more we'll learn it.
45?
Yay! 9 times 5 equals 45, not 40. So, 40 divided by 5 equals 8, since 8 times 5 equals 40. All right. Puzzle penguins are really good because when it's funny how we don't see our own mistakes, but we can see them in other people. Often that happens. Puzzle Penguin lets us think like a teacher. You guys get to be the teacher when it's Puzzle Penguin time. So I'm going to do one of these with you here. And Mrs. Harrison, just so you know, I am planning on No Think Central, okay? Because student planners, and I don't know if you did all that.
I do not eat.
Okay, so
I did homework, but no planners.
I didn't even do that. Okay, so we are going to try a couple of these, and then I want to see if you can do these on your own or carefully share with the neighbor, but not too close. But yeah, as long as your mask is on, you should be okay. All right. Here's what we're going to show. How multiplication and division are related. That was what we were talking about today, right? That was, you wanted to show how to relate division to multiplication. So here's what you do. You're going to see a division problem. 20 divided by 5 equals, how am I going to figure that out? August, what do I need to do to find out what 20 divided by 5 is? Count by fives, everybody. Let's do it. 5, 10, 15, 20, stop. What did we get? 4. So we know 20 divided by 5 is 4. Therefore, what times 5 equals 20? 4. You should notice a pattern. Now we're going to keep going across. If we know 20 divided by 5 is 4, and 4 times 5 equals 20, 20 divided by 4 must equal 5. And 5 times 4 equals 20, right? Because these are related equations, we're going to use those same numbers, whether they're factors or dividends or divisors or quotients or products, they're all going to get used up. Let's do one more together to make sure you get this. Another fact family. You guys ready over there? Whole body listening. Finn, why don't you do this one with me? Mr. Finn, ready? Okay, 10 divided by 5. How many 5s are in 10? Let's count by 5s, everybody. 5. How many 5s are in 10? Okay. Microphone answer. 2. So if we know there are 2 5s in 10, 10 divided by 5 is 2, then we know 2 times 5 equals 10, right? So this is a fact family. So let's see, what number is going to go here? If 10 divided by 5 is 2, 10 divided by 2 must be 5. And 5 times 2 equals 10. Okay. Go ahead and finish this page. You can do it with a partner. If you're at a desk, you cannot get up and go to that desk, but you can turn your body as long as your mask is on and you keep some distance. And you can share your idea. That's, no, you can. So you can have it. Do you want me to try a breakout room? Sure. I would love to.
All right, my friends who are at home, I'm going to do breakout room.
Yes. Yes. Very good. A little hint, look for a pattern. Look for the pattern.
Are you in there and if you can't join it, talk to your friends about the answers. All right?
Hey friends, so go ahead and you're going to hit the join button and go talk to your friends about those problems.
Ladies, are you working? I'm talking. We're just talking. Yeah. What's the privacy?
any numbers. And Alvin already did the first 4 for you. All right, friends. If you're still, yep, go to your breakout room and see if they have the same answers as you.
If you finish, you can go to the next page and try one of the word problems. If you finish. All right, are you coming back? Perfect. Oh, I guess I have the answer. Ready to rock? Ready to roll. So I saw that everybody was getting it. Light bulbs were going off. It was so exciting. So I'm just gonna let you check your work. Here, there was a pattern. Who wants to tell me what that pattern was? Evie. It's all 5. You should have noticed that this repeated with 5. I hope you noticed that in your breakout room. What did we have for 15 divided by 5? Gabe. No, that's what. How many 5s are in 15? 3, and then 3 times 5. How many 5s are in 30? 6, and 6 times 5 is 30. How many 5s are just in 5? Everybody. 1. 1 times 5 is 5. How many 5s are in 25? 5. You guys are rock stars. You did a great job. Sparkles for kids at home. All right. Here we go. Here we go, kiddos. Let's use the thermometer to tell me how you are feeling about our learning target today. And our learning target was, as mathematicians, relate division to multiplication with an unknown factor. How did you feel about relating the two operations, multiplication and division? Big step today. Wow, do we move fast. Multiplication to division in 1 week. How are we looking? Well, Henry needs... Okay, Henry, I'm going to make note of that so we can work harder and work more on this, and hopefully we will. Here's the good news, Henry. This is like your first exposure to this. Our whole year is about multiplication and division. And of course, a couple other things too, but it is really spread out throughout the whole year. So if you are feeling like you don't get it right now, Maddie, you can go back to your desk. If you are feeling like, wow, I am overwhelmed, this is not the end of division and multiplication. We are going to do it all year. So it just, as I see some of your thumbs, Jensen, I see you've got it. Lila, Astria, you look great. Robert, how are you feeling? With the in the middle? Okay, how about here? Are we, and be honest, because that's okay. It's hard, right? I wish I had a whole day to do this, but I only get an hour. So thank you for sharing your thinking on that. And we are not going to do that today. We will keep practicing, and I hope you have a fabulous weekend at home. And my kiddos, you may quietly clean up your boards and your supplies, and we will see you guys on Monday. Thanks for being so involved.